Well, good evening. Tonight we're going to talk about body awareness. Are you aligned and are you fully grounded and present in your body? The body is the temple. It houses your soul. The mind is supposed to be your servant, to observe and to keep a watch out, to keep you out of harm, to also guide you based on what it observes, not to get caught up in scenarios and stories, because that's what the mind does. While I was teaching my yoga class today, I sit in front of the class, so I see body alignment. I see when someone is in their heart or if they're up in their head. And the whole thing about mind, body, spirit is breath, connection is to really align our souls, to tap into our spidey sense through our senses. We have essentially 5 senses that we are aware of that enhance our sensitivity. We're extrasensory. And when we tap into the taste, the smell, the sight, the hearing, and the touch, the more heightened we are in our senses, the more heightened our intuition. The more we into me, I see. We go within, we don't go without. We recognize, we're able to discern what we're told and what we sense within. And everyone out there is sensitive. The question is whether or not you have numbed yourself out to the pain that you don't want to feel. And as I reminded myself while I was teaching today, the average person doesn't understand that addiction is to numb out from pain. We seek things externally because of the pain internally. We want to find something to soothe, to comfort what we feel within, which is actually originating in the mind at all times. So when we numb the pain, we numb the joy. But the more that you numb out the pain, the stronger it comes back, the more pain you actually feel. Because this is the nature of pushing and resisting. When you resist something, it persists. And the more you push down on that ball in the water, it is going to keep coming up in your face. So the more you're trying to numb something out, the more powerful it's going to come back at you. The more it's going to remind you that it's still there. You can cover it up. You can try to numb it out, deny it till you die, but you're going to have it with you all that time. The sooner you are willing to lean in with curiosity, to allow it to teach you, to speak to you, to inquire with it, and receive the message and the guidance it's there to serve you, the less it will linger. It will linger longer the longer you put it off. The sooner you confront it, the sooner it goes away. This is the irony of confrontation, isn't it? Like so many people out there, "Oh, don't come at me so direct. I don't like confrontation. I can't handle that because of inner pains, because of old traumas." But because they haven't confronted the old traumas, they won't confront anything that resembles what feels like the trauma, which is essentially just a direct conversation and confrontation. And don't take confrontation as a negative word. It's actually meaning face on instead of, "Ooh, I'm going to try to avoid this. Like, I don't see it." Cognitive dissonance, like a child, if I don't look at it, it doesn't exist. We all have something that hurts. We all have layers to peel. And yes, like when you peel the layers away from the onion, it brings tears. It brings up emotions. It brings up something deep within you. But the body is always telling on the mind. It's a tattletale. It's always keeping score. For everything you think and you try to suppress, the body will express. That is the nature of this amazing temple. This machine that we don't give as much credit as it deserves is everything you need. You need nothing outside of yourself because you got everything within you. God created you in his perfect image, meaning there's nothing that isn't going to work right. And thinking that something within you doesn't work right, you're not having the faith in the Creator that created you. Because God would never give you more than he thought you could handle. It's usually the external conditionings, the society, the culture. Think about that. Cult comes from the word culture. We all live within some form of a cult that we've been following for so long, we don't even realize we got everything within us. And if you're willing to go within, you won't go without, and you won't be deceived. The more you know thyself, the more you own yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, nobody else can hold that against you. Nobody else can deceive you. You no longer have anything to push against, to resist, because what is within you, you claim. When you claim and you take personal responsibility, you're accountable for this being, you are empowered. That is what personal power is. Personal empowerment is claiming every aspect of yourself, not pushing it away, not denying it. Because when you own yourself, you deny the lies. Lies cannot deceive you when you know your truth. That's the truth. And whatever that is for you, it's up to you. Nobody can tell you, nobody can push anything on you when you stand in your truth. There's a universal spiritual law. Nobody can do anything to you without your permission. And they have to reveal themselves to you, whether or not you want to believe them, because actions always speak louder than words. So that means you need to learn to discern. And when you know your own truth, you can see through other people's truths and their lies. Because when you know thyself well, you will recognize the image of the person in front of you as a mirror. They're going to show you where you've been, who you are at all times. It's there to serve you, to guide you. Not to want to believe something that isn't true, but to show you your truth, to show you truth. So they have to reveal themselves. They have to get your permission to do unto you. So think about the golden rule. There's so much depth in that simple rule. Do unto others as you would want done unto you. That's also to allow others to do unto you as you would want done unto you, that you would not want to do unto another. There's a whole lot of depth to that. That if we show up to others the way we want to be shown up to, that if we show up to ourselves, others shall show up to us. It is an energy, it is a vibration. And something struck me this morning. I had a little bit of an epiphany and I realized that another dot's connecting. We're in a situation right now where, you hear the word spiritual war. You know the biggest war, it's in our minds. It really has nothing to do with what everybody else is doing or trying to do or whatever you are conflicted with. Because you will be faced on the external of your life with the conflicts internal. Because here's the funny part about life, people. You may not want to deal with your own shit. You may go out seeking to heal that consciously or unconsciously. through another person. And you don't even realize you do it, but you do. Because again, our body's always telling on us. And so when we go out into the world and we encounter and engage and we have relationships relaying information with other people, whether we're worked on ourselves consciously, intuitively, or we're unconsciously seeking out ways to heal ourselves through others. You know, one of the ironies in how people will go out looking to fix others, sometimes consciously and sometimes unconsciously. Oh, I'm here to save the world. Start with yourself first. But when we go out and we're trying to help someone else, there's an unconscious, internal, if I can help them, somehow it's going to help myself. In a lot of cases, what unhealthy people do is they create the same conflict with other people that they've had with themselves in other cases that always go back to a root scenario, an old trauma, that they reenact that drama. That's why it's called trauma, people. Because the trauma will recreate in drama throughout your life unless you recognize it and work through it. You have to confront it, or it will be confronting you each and every time. Again, it's vibration and it's energy, and you carry it with you all the time. Depending on how at the surface it is to the level to which it's ready to be healed and released. Or I should say, revealed to you, full on. Time to move that energy out. Whenever we're triggered, that's always an indicator that that opportunity is there for you. It's serving up on a silver platter, although it's a gift without a bow. It's serving up to you. Are you ready to let this go? Because not everybody wants to heal their stuff. And that there's sometimes people are feeding off the significance that it gives them. It's giving them attention. That I'm the victim of my circumstances. And the more that you're a victim and you're reinforced, enabled, you're given attention even. That's the biggest one. That's one of the main reasons people don't want to heal. They're afraid they won't get attention for being naturally who they are without that weight of this wound, this victimhood badge that they carry. It doesn't make them a bad person. It just makes them unaware and just unhealed. We all have an opportunity to take care of that and heal that within ourselves. We are the ones who need to reparent ourselves. Nobody can do that for us. So when we replay these events with other people and don't even see that what we've done is try to pull out of the other that opportunity to resolve something from our past, it's always there for us. Whether we consciously want to do it and confront it within ourselves instead of letting it linger longer, or going out in the world and finding that person who's going to knock us off our guard, trigger us enough to really just poke and provoke and confront that for us. And we can get mad at the other person, but they're there serving us. The protagonist, the antagonist, whatever. It's the drama, the scene. We are the actors on the stage of our own lives, and we are the main player in our story. We can run from it, we can hide from it, all we want. It isn't going to go away because it's with us all the time. And our body's always carrying it, because the body carries the luggage and the weight of the mind. And the more we're willing to sit with our own mind and recognize the patterns of our thoughts, just observe, lean into it. Ooh, what is this trying to tell me? There's something here juicy. The mind will always tell you a story. Are you willing to confront that story and question it? And ask, is this real? Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it really truly serving me in this time? Is it time to let it go? Am I ready to let go of some dead heavy weight? Because the more we're willing to confront it and lean into it, the less we carry it. So life can be resistance, or life can be in flow. We're meant to be in evolution. We're meant to grow. We're not here to live in stress and fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. We're here to live in joy. And every moment we are in resistance to something, we're drawing more of that towards us. The more we're willing to just open our hearts and our lungs, because they go hand in hand. Think about that. Every breath you take is the breath of God. That's a spirit. The spirit comes into you. You breathe in the breath of God every moment. Your lungs expand. That expands your heart. That makes you more open, more valuable, more available. The more space you create, the more you expand. You can grow that heart, which houses your soul. And again, when you master your breath, when you're present in the moment, which is what the breath does, is it brings you into the present. That's why it's the gift of life, the life force. Every inhalation, long, slow, deep breathing. Exhaling. And feel the vibration as it comes in and it goes out, because there's energy in that. And when you close your eyes down and you become present with it, you can feel the pulsation of the energy that it creates, and the more awareness in every cell in your being, your body. And that you can notice that you don't just take in the breath through your nose or your mouth. That your skin is your largest living, breathing organ. And that your skin is constantly breathing in and out the air as well. Most people don't think like that. You don't go to that depth. But breath is always circulating in and out and through and around. We are a toroid of energy, and the vibration isn't just. It's also the breath. So what you think is going in and out of your nose and your mouth, it's actually going in and out of every pore of your being. Isn't that amazing? And that the more present you can become with this breath, the oneness, the source, your spirit, the more aligned your body with your mind, the spirit, and your soul. This is the mind, body, soul connection. And it's all through becoming present. When you master the breath and you become present, you can master the mind while you're in awareness of the patterns, and you know that you can master your mind and master your life. And it all is an expansion of the heart. Because for every breath you take, you're expanding that heart coherence, that centering, that every breath is increasing, is expanding your being, gives you life. You evolve, you grow. You take in nutrients through the breath. So one thing you can't live without is the breath. When the breath expires, you expire. When you inspire, you live more richly, more fully. That's why it's inspiration. You inspire, you breathe in the breath of life. And then when you expire, expel, release, exhale, you're letting go of the death, the dead, the expired, what no longer serves you. So every fresh breath in cleanses and clears. As it goes back out, it releases. And this is a beautiful cycle when you really think about how every breath you take has been breathed throughout, that it's recycled. We're sharing this. Think about that. I don't care what's in the air. The more you oxygenate your body, the more richly each one of your cells, it is vibrating stronger. So if you can really oxygenate your body well with full mindful breathing, you will not age as quickly, because we oxidize because of lack of oxygen. The breath will keep you youthful and vibrant. It is the leading anti-aging secret. And that's the tip of the night, is oxygen is your anti-ager. You want to change back time, you want to turn back the clocks, you want to get back your youth and vitality, work on your breath. Ooh, that's a great opportunity. This Sunday, I'll be doing a rebirthing at Yoga Village from 10 a.m. to noon. That's a lot of breath work in itself. On the 22nd of August, I will be holding a breathwork workshop, basic breathing, breathing the life back into your body. So if you're in the area, come and join me. I'm sure you could use it. And that's my soapbox for the evening. The truth of the matter is, we're meant to be present. We're meant to live a full, rich life. We're meant to breathe, first off. And with everything going on in the world, I want you to remember, nobody can do anything against your will. So if you give in, you're giving them permission too. And that's on every level, every walk of life. They need your permission to do unto you what it is you may not want done unto you. Keep that golden rule in mind. Do unto others as you would want done unto you. But don't allow others to do unto you what it is you would not want done unto yourself, nor would you do unto another. Think about that long and hard. There's no deception in any of that. The truth is within, and truth can only be felt. So tap into your heart, breathe into your body, tap into your wisdom, because that is the body. The more you are present with your breath and you notice your mind, you know thyself well, nobody can deceive or get one over on you. Go within for the truth and the answers of your heart and soul. Don't go out there. You have everything you need within you. You're a beautiful soul. I love you all. Sweet dreams. Good night. Sleep tight.